Sigmund Freud, 1856-1939. Chapter 4, Group 1, Reporter 7, page 40 to 43, Simplicio Barao. Sigmund Freud theory. Human behavior is influenced by unconscious memories, thoughts, and urges. There are three types of Freud's theories. The ego, operating on the reality principle within the conscious realm. 2. The ID, operating on the place principle generally within the unconscious. 3. The superego, operating on the morality principle at all levels of consciousness. This is Sigmund Freud looks like. Sigmund Freud is the best known for inventing and developing the technique of psychoanalysis for articulating the psychoanalytic theory of motivation and mental illness. Introduction. The self from a psychological perspective will be discussed from the points of view of Sigmund Freud and William James. The self is a multi-level system, not simply reducible to genes or neurons, that emerges from multi-faceted interaction of mechanisms operating at neutral, psychological, and social levels. Sigmund Freud. For Sigmund Freud, the human psyche could be divided into three parts: ID, ego, superego. The ID is the completely unconscious, impulsive, childlike portion of the psyche that operates on the pleasure principle and the source of basic impulses and drives. It seeks immediate pleasure and gratification. The ego acts on the reality principle, while the superego acts on moralistic and idealistic principles. To illustrate ID, a newborn baby may be seen as a personification of an ID with no restriction of ego in superego. The baby seeks gratification of needs without regard for what possible or what is proper. To illustrate ego, the ego is the sole region of the mind that is in contact with no external world. It is the decision-making or executive branch of the self. It is governed by the reality principle when performing its cognitive function. To illustrate superego, the superego represents the moral and ideal aspect of personality. It aims for perfection and so guided by the moralistic and idealistic principles and contrast to the pleasure principle of the ID and realistic principle of ego. For discussion, ID, a pleasure-seeking, a dominated person by ID. Ego, a guilt-ridden or interior feeling persons dominated by the superego. Superego, a psychologically healthy person dominated by the ego. For reflection, which of three provinces of mind, ID, ego, superego, have been dominant in your daily life for this year and the past year? Any plan to improve how? For research, Freud claimed the ego is not master in its own house. What does this mean? Here are some 5 questions. Question 1. Sigmund Freud is widely considered to be the father of question mark. Question 2. Freud is well known for his development of what theory? 3. According to Freud, what is the function of ego? 4. What did Freud consider to be the role of the ID? 5. What is the role of superego? That's all. Thank you.